What up, boys? Back out here. Gotta figure out what that noise is. If you watched to the end of my last video, got some humming, got some binding, got a bad bearing, something's going on. We're just gonna start doing process of elimination. Like, as soon as I ended that video, I was sitting here thinking to myself, I'm like, I haven't had any of these squeaking problems or anything until I got this new alternator. This alternator might be bad. One of you guys said that my tensioner might be too tight, which it might be. We're gonna check that out. And I mean, it could be that tensioner pulley. We're just gonna do the process of elimination. We're gonna start it up, see if it squeaks and hums, which is going to, it has been. Then I'm gonna take this alternator pulley off, see if it squeaks and hums. If it doesn't, then it's either the alternator pulley, the tensioner pulley, or the idler pulley. If it does still squeak, we're gonna take the power steering pulley off. And if it still does squeak, we're gonna start looking at timing belt, which might be the water pump or the hydraulic tensioner. Mine was really tight. Like, it was really hard to compress. One of you guys said that you've seen it before where they've been faulty and they just constantly keep pressing out till it's too tight. That might be it. It's on the lift. Let me get this wheel off. We're gonna start it up here in a second. I don't know, before I even start, this belt seems a little loose. This tensioner pulley jiggles a little bit, but so does this idler pulley. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to show you guys on camera, but moving back and forth, it's like there's some play in there. Oh no, let's fire it up. It's gonna squeak, and then I'll turn it off. We'll take that whole belt off and see if there's still a squeak. I really think it's coming from this water pump. And this thing warm up a little bit, we'll rev it. Squeak every now and then I'm almost positive it's coming from that water pump. Alright, let's take that belt off. I think the humming's coming from that tensioner pulley, or that idler pulley, but that grinding noise, I'm almost positive is coming from my water pump. You see, I don't know if that's gonna come across on camera or not. Can you guys see that or hear it? The alternator's super tight. I don't know, let's fire it back up. Hear that? That's definitely my water pump that's doing that initial squeak noise. It's coming right from the middle of the car. But that humming noise might have been one of those pulleys up front. I don't know, I just turned it off real quick because it was a little lean. Maybe because I don't have the alternator on, the injectors aren't getting all the power that they need. Why is it leaning out? Okay, well, it's not humming. I don't know why it's leaning out. It must not be getting enough power to the injectors without the alternator hooked up. So one of these pulleys is what's humming at 2,500 RPM. It's gotta be. That little squeaking noise has gotta be this water pump. I mean, I can disconnect the power steering, but I can almost guarantee it's not that. It's coming from right here. But it's one of these pulleys. They're making that humming noise. So, and I think it's this idler pulley. Let's take it off and check the bearings. Okay, I doubt you guys will be able to hear this, but like I showed you on the car, it's moving. You can hear it kind of jiggling around in there a little bit. You guys hear that? So it looks like this brand new pulley, which I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, is from Rock Auto. Not even 200 miles on it. A shot. So I think that's my train noise. My original squeak is gotta be the water pump, which I just wanted to double check before I go ordering one. But this, I'm almost positive this is my train noise. because as soon as I took it off, I didn't get train noise anymore. As soon as I took off that, so it's either that pulley or this pulley. I also ordered both of them. It's got like a little, it's kind of seems like it's new. Can you hear that? I mean, this is just what happens when you order Rock Auto shit, right? Man, I guess there's a little bit of play in there. Like I said, I'm just gonna order both of them. I'll just get both pulleys, and I'll order the water pump right now, so it's here. And I'll do the water pump when I do cam gears. I kind of want to hook it back up and see if it still runs lean. I don't think it should lean out that much from the alternator not being on for a couple seconds. Let me put all these pulleys back on, hook the alternator back up. I'm gonna start back up, see if it runs lean. Okay, I just wanted to check my stock ones real quick. These are clapped out like the bearing this way, but there is no play this way, like at all. And this is the brand new one from Rock Auto. There's a lot of play this way. Like this whole assembly is moving like this. And let's put this back together and see if it's still leaning out. That's just crazy to me that it leaned out that much because the alternator wasn't hooked up for 3 seconds. There you go. You guys should be able to tell a lot better now. Like if I just move it like this. So this is probably my train horn, like I said. Like, I can't believe how bad that is. Like, it's gonna be hard for me to show you guys. But like, that's all the way tight. A freaking 1/4 inch of play in this brand new pulley. Alright, got that all back on there. It's so hard to get it tight with the AC delete. You need someone here with you. I mean, if you guys know a trick, if you did your AC delete, how to get that tight, because instead of it tightening by pushing up, now that you delete your AC, it tightens by pushing down. So you can't actually use the bolt behind there to move it, to tighten it, if that makes sense. Alright, let's start this thing up, see if it still runs lean. Alright, well, I got it running. It's not lean. I don't know, that was super weird. Maybe it was just because it was at like a weird startup. Like I started it at 120 this time. Maybe I just needed to add some fuel on that warm-up enrichment. I don't know. But I have no noise anymore. The only thing I messed with was the alternator pulley. So it's got to be one of those pulleys. The noise is gone. I can't get it to come back. So the only thing I messed with was the alternator pulley. So it's got to be the idler pulley or the tensioner pulley, or maybe I just didn't have that belt tight enough. I mean, that could be it. I still got that squeak though on startup coming from the water pump pulley, I think. Dude, that is so weird. Dude, this car is a ghost car. It's so weird that it leaned out on that last startup. I don't even remember if I was recording or not. It got up to like 16. It could have just been because I started it and it was at 120. And I never really messed with the 120 warm-up enrichment. So I mean, I added a little bit between 100 and 140. That could have been the problem. Maybe it's because I didn't have the alternator on. The injectors weren't getting enough power. I don't know. There's a little quick update for you guys, I guess. I thought I was going to find the problem in this video. The noise is gone. That initial squeak, I'm almost positive, is coming from the water pump, so I'm just gonna go ahead and replace that. It's gone. It's a miracle. I don't know, boys. I'm gonna get both of those pulleys. Like I showed you, there's a little bit of play in both of them. They're Rock Auto pulleys. There's no play in my OEM ones that way. So I think that's my train horn noise. And that initial squeak, it's gotta be the water pump. I'm just gonna go ahead and order the water pump. So when the cam gears come, if I need it, I'll have it. If I don't need it, I'm sure one of you guys will eventually need a water pump when you guys do your timing belt. This is driving me nuts. How does something sound so horrible? It's now just gone. I know, there's a quick update. Don't buy Rock Auto pulleys, I guess. I will see you in the next one.